Body mandalas are an interesting subject. We've already done a video on body mandalas in general. But in terms of art, there's just really not a lot of it. And it really has to be divided up between Buddhism, Bön, and sort of Shaiva, Shakta body mandala paintings. For the Shaiva ones, primarily they're coming out of Nepal, but you can also find them in India as well. On the Himalayan Art Resources website, we have maybe 3 body mandalas that are Buddhist, maybe 3 or 4 that are Bön. And they can be hard to distinguish. You have to pay attention when looking at those. But in terms of publications, there's really only 2. I'm aware of a number of articles, but in terms of actual publications, there's 2 that I think are really quite good. And they're different one from the other. The first is called Searching for the Body, a Contemporary Perspective on Tibetan Buddhist Tantra. And that's done by a person named Erin, and I have to apologize, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. It's Dachille. So I don't know if it's Dachille, or I don't know if you pronounce it with a Gaelic accent or with a French accent, or something other. But this book is really quite exceptional. It's done recently. This one is out of Columbia University Press, 2022, but it goes into a lot of really kind of esoteric academic subjects, which I think are meaningful in the present day, because they're really going into what does it mean, what changes can you make, where should the emphasis lie. It's really quite interesting because it also follows a dispute, and it follows the writings of Ngorchen Kunguzangpo and also Kedrup Gelik Pelzangpo, a student of Tsongkhapa. And Kedrup had a different opinion about the body mandala than is generally followed in the Hevajra system of the Sakya school. And so Kedrup wrote about it, and Ngorchen responded. And it's really quite interesting. There's a tremendous amount of depth in this book. So if this is not a subject you're particularly interested in, then you might want to just leave it on the shelf for a while. But if you have any interest at all in the body mandala, the internal workings of the body according to tantric theory, then really this is the book for you. The insights are wonderful. I do have a little bit of experience with this topic. I remember some decades ago, Chöpke Tri Rinpoche in Nepal made comments about this dispute between Ngorchen and Kedrup. And this is a textual dispute because they didn't live at exactly, they overlapped barely. But it's an interesting discussion which really gives you some insight into the subject of body mandalas and tantric theory. And that's why this book is important. So press the like button. You can subscribe. You can join HAR on Patreon. And you can also make a donation on the Himalayan Art Resources homepage.